Hello, darlings. How's everyone today? YouTube has changed my life. It really has. And the reason it's changed my life is because of all of you. You're listening to me. We have like back and forth. You guys leave comments for me. You subscribe. I no longer feel like I'm alone in this. I feel as though we are truly building a community of like-minded people who are going through the same issues, and we all need to support one another. And it is a beautiful thing, and I just love it. And it's part of the reason why I love part of the job that I do at the school. The problem that I have is the commuting, number one. You see how many hours I spend in the car. And the second thing is, I don't like the pay. I think what I do, I know what I do is worth six figures. And I'm not getting six figures by any stretch of the imagination. And that's a terrible thing. It's really sad. The person who's under me, who is a professor, actually all my professors that are under me, that I supervise, two in particular, they're making almost what I'm making. How is that possible? I started off there as a professor. When I moved into the director position, I did get a raise, but it wasn't that much. I said, you know what? I'm learning, and they did say at the beginning that a raise would be in the works, perhaps, quote unquote, perhaps. And now, 3 years later, the time has come for me to get a raise. They said no. I'm like, okay, bet, I'm out. Okay. Not just because of the raise, it's just because, my time is over there. My time is up. I've learned what I needed to learn. I've done what I needed to do and accomplish and serve the people I needed to serve. And I feel like that I need to go somewhere else now. I need to move on and go to a higher level. But I'm just so happy that we're all participating and talking out loud about these things that are bothering us. Okay, so I don't know how long my phone is going to last because it overheated while it was mounted on the dashboard. So I let it cool down a bit and put it back up. But I just wanted to thank everyone for your contributions, the support that you give to all of us, and the comments down below each video. That kind of contribution is vital, not just to me, because it gives me feedback about what to create for the next videos, but it's helping other people who are reading it, who just come across the channel and may not be ready to like and subscribe and stuff, but they're reading it. I can see how many people view the videos, so they're checking it out, and it's very helpful. And I hope that the people who do come across the channel, you do like and subscribe, because it's only going to help the channel to grow more and faster. I'm looking at people like Dodash and some other people who are 50 and over, and they're doing some wonderful things, just being real. It's nice to have all the bells and whistles with the editing, and I do like that part of it, and maybe one day I'll get there. But just to be able to vlog like this in the car is really cool. Just to talk to you guys one-on-one. I feel like it's one-on-one. YouTube can be difficult, but it can also be easy. Let me tell you how it can be difficult. It can be difficult if you are sitting there thinking about it too much. And you're like, oh my gosh, I don't like the sound of my voice. I don't like this. I don't like that. I don't want to be in front of the camera. I'm an introvert. That makes it difficult. But if you learn to get outside yourself and think about someone else besides yourself, and think about, okay, what is it that I'm doing that other people need from me at this point in time? Then you start to think about okay, maybe I can do this. Maybe I can talk about this. When you start planning that out, that's a way for you to get on YouTube and create a YouTube channel. Some of you may be thinking, but what would I talk about? I don't know how to do anything. If you're 50 and over, there's something that you know how to do. I don't care if it is you have an immaculate garden, or you are the best weed puller out of all the lawns in your neighborhood. There's something that you can talk about. How you prevent those weeds from growing and spreading over all of the grass in your yard while everybody else's grass is looking like crabgrass and weeds in the forest. I'm going to give you 5 ideas off the top of my head, because this is like a vlog, because I'm not writing anything down. There's no script involved. But I just want to give you an example of how you can start a YouTube channel. Okay? So, and you know what? You can put in the comments below what kind of job you have, or a job, and let's think about together, how would you make a YouTube channel about it? All right? For example, you have a teenager who works in a fast food restaurant. How can someone who works in a fast food restaurant create a YouTube channel about fast food? You can talk about the preparation involved in a fast food restaurant. You can talk about the different roles in the fast food restaurant. You can talk about, have them go behind the scenes and what it's really like. Those are some topics. The differences between the different fast food restaurants. You can talk about your job and what you do every day and how you relate to people and customers on a regular basis, and what kinds of things people say to you. Okay, that's one. Let's pick another job. Let's pick something like putting up a billboard sign. How do you go about doing that? What are the qualifications to be able to do that? Do you have to have a college degree? Do you have to have gone to high school for that? Do you have to be a really good painter in order to put up a billboard sign? What do you do in inclement weather? How are those signs important? How do those companies search for their employees? Do they pay well? How much is it to put up those signs? Is it a lot of money to own one of those signs? What's the regular monthly payment in order to advertise on those signs? How about being a car salesperson? How do you get your customers to buy a car? Is it a psychological thing? Do you have a script that you say to them in order to really close the sale? Or are you just going by each person's individual personality and you're just talking to them about the car? You can spin it any kind of way about what you do on a regular basis in order to get people to buy a car. And even if you're not talking about how you get them to buy the car, you can just talk about your experience as a car salesperson and the people who are behind the scenes also working to sell the car. There's so many options with that as well. Okay, so that's number 3. My father is 92 years old, and every day he runs 5 miles. He works out with weights. He goes to the park every day when the weather's all right, and he goes and does more reps than any of those young guys out there, and they all look at him like, oh my gosh, like, did you really just do 100 of those or 200 of those? And he does. He has conditioned his body to do those things. He eats very healthy. I mean, when I tell you healthy, I'm talking about, if you looked at his food, it might look a little like mush, but he deliberately eats all kinds of organic, healthy foods, like these big, huge cactus leaves that he peels open and eats the insides and mixes it with some other stuff. He is on point when it comes to his diet, and he has a lot of secrets. And I'm telling him, you need to start a YouTube channel, because there are a lot of people who would be interested to know, how does a person stay that healthy at 92? What if you are a pest control exterminator? How is that? Actually, that channel could be pretty exciting. You know, you could show footage of the pests, of the rodents. It would be disgusting and captivating at the same time. But you could talk about, you know, how you got that job, how long you've been there, what's it like on a daily basis, what are people's homes like that have these rodents inside, are they clean houses, are they, you know, are they in any particular areas that they live where they're more prevalent than others. There's all kinds of ways you could spin that. I mean, can you think about the shows that we watch, whether it's somebody who's overeating, somebody who has a lot of clutter in their house, somebody who is naked and afraid. I can't stand that show. But people watch it. They want to see it. It's a very popular show for whatever reason. So that just goes to show you there's an audience for you. Start your YouTube channel. Turn the camera on yourself and just start talking and see what happens. And what you can do is just start to film yourself and then make the videos private at first. And then when you get enough courage talking in front of the camera, then maybe one at a time, make them public and just see what happens. I'm sure that you will realize the positive benefits that you'll receive, not only from yourself becoming more self-confident, but also that nobody cares. Nobody could care less. So turn the camera on, get that YouTube channel started, and monetize it, and go. Ta-ta, darlings.